Boom, we're on. All right, so what's up, everybody? Just doing this number one of these lives I promised you. Been doing a lot of live lately, and I want to talk about it. Got my homie Josh with me tonight.
What's going on, y'all?
He's going to be with me a lot. We're working through some things. We're going to add some lights. We're going to add some other stuff, so just stay tuned. We're going to be doing this once a week. Don't really know the night. Sunday night's pretty good for me, but we're going to see. We're going to be talking about anything from pop entertainment to cons to controllers to movies to you name it. So tonight I got a couple things on the menu, and this is Josh's first go around, so it's gonna be a little camera shy. So help him out. I don't have the comments up right now, but I will. I guess I'll figure out a way to do that because of the streaming setup we got going on is a little crazy, but we're gonna work through that. So I promise you guys we're gonna be talking about controllers. We're gonna be talking about a lot of different things. We're gonna talk about some movies. So the first thing that I want to kick off with this live and talk about is the Black Panther. So I don't know if you guys have heard, but word on the street, Josh, have you heard that the Black Panther movie pre-orders are selling out? Pre-order tickets are selling out?
Yeah.
This movie doesn't come out for about another month.
Yeah. I heard it was supposed to be like the #1 pre-order sales
Crazy,
ever.
Man. Crazy.
So I think it's going to be a good movie.
I think so too. I'm interested to see how it actually plays out. You know, I've bought some of the merchandise. I've got some pops and things. I haven't bought any of the Marvel Legends yet. I haven't bought any of the other stuff yet. But what I do know about Black Panther so far is that it looks good from the commercials. They took every black celebrity they could find and jammed them into this movie. It's coming out during Black History Month, and people are eating it up. So I'm interested to see what you guys think. Is it going to be an amazing movie? Is it just a lot of hype around the character? I mean, Black Panther has changed quite a bit over his time of being around. I don't know if you knew that or not.
No.
Yeah, he, and correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but initially there was an herb that gave them the Panther powers, and he lost that somehow, and now it's a Panther god that he prays to directly that grants him power. So it's just like,
I ain't know none of that.
Yeah, it's out there.
It's weird.
So Jackie Robinson equals James Brown equals T'Challa, and here we are right now. So what are you expecting from this movie?
I expect a lot of action. I don't know if it's going to tie into the whole series with the Avengers. I hope it does, but I don't know. I just really want to know if pretty much a background story. That's what I really want to know. I think it's going to be, I want to say, like Captain America, anything like that. But I don't know. I don't know what to expect to this movie. I really don't.
Let me go try, because I really do want to see what you guys are saying. If anybody's saying anything in the comment section, I want to see what's up, because it kind of, I'm talking to you. I want to see if there's anything that's going on right now in that comment section. Let's see if I can get to that. Give me a second, guys, because I want to see if anybody's talking about anything, because I'm interested to know what you guys think, because there are some interesting things that are going on right now with this movie, and I think that, let's go in.
So and his friend, who's his is it Michael? Who's playing?
Michael B. Jordan.
Yes.
is
the
guy.
Panther.
He's not a panther. He is Killmonger is another kind of cat. I think a jaguar or something. So
Wow.
he's not actually a panther, but I think it's, I don't know. I think it. Tell me in the comment section, or tell me, later on if you rewatch this, what's going on there. I know Killmonger is one of the arch enemies of the Black Panther. There's also this gorilla dressing dude that is as well. Black Panther's had a couple different run-ins with Captain America. I know that. So there's a lot of lore there that a lot of people don't know. He was married to Storm at one point from the X-Men.
No, didn't know that.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on with Black Panther. Very interesting. Somebody said, Tactical Power, what's up? 88. The most interesting Black Panther interactions are with the Avengers. So you better believe they're going to be in there. You're right about that.
Yeah,
I watched a lot of cartoon Black Panther interactions, so I think that there's some opportunities there for this to be a really good movie. There's a lot that is interesting that's missing from the whole Black Panther, like where they live.
Yeah.
And that's cool because they're supposed to be way advanced compared to like anything else we know, right? Because of some alien technology that landed there all the time. That's where they get the vibranium and the other stuff from.
Right.
which my understanding is vibranium and adamantium are very similar. That's what Wolverine's adamantium, vibranium is Captain America's shield.
So that's why he was able to scratch it, kind of. Because I remember that
Black Panther, because his suit's made of vibranium.
Right,
now, he's got some Stark Tech kind of stuff going on. Looks like in this movie, looks like the suit is like all a part of him. He's not putting it on. It looked like in one of those scenes, it like just kind of like went around and digitally, like yeah. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting to see how that goes down. Black Panther, you guys. I'll be doing some more Black Panther coverage. Josh and I will be talking about Black Panther some more as we move forward. We're gonna pull up some facts and we're gonna be talking especially heavy about it. We're gonna do a reaction, a spoiler free, and then a spoiler reaction. Interesting times. Black Panther, that is I'm proud of Marvel for making this movie. I will say that, as a black person, obviously, I don't think that African American superheroes get a lot of love. I don't think that there's a lot of really awesome ones out there, and I think that this is a great hero to work with. I was a big Blade fan. Marvel did that. And a lot of people argue about whether Blade kicked off the Marvel Cinematic Universe or not. I say yes, he did, but to each his own. It's just one of those things you just got to kind of, you can fight about all day, one way or another. But I just think that that I like when they do this with these different characters, and I like the opportunities that they're given to kind of explore people outside of the big guys.
Right.
Because, God, I'm sick of Iron Man.
We have too many Iron Man movies. Jesus.
Iron Man and Star Wars. Take me to the grave. It's just
agree with Star Wars like that, though, but I'm just saying, keep them coming.
All right, so let's jump over to some TV for a second. I don't have this stuff written down in any particular order. Let's talk about The Walking Dead. Is The Walking Dead on its way out? I know, spoiler alert, turn off right now if you don't want to hear this, but Carl gets bit up in the chest area, and you can't chop off your chest and live. So we don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully it's not a fake out. I don't think it is, because Chandler Riggs has been spotted since with his haircut. So he doesn't have the mullet anymore, which means that is the end. Could be an elaborate hoax. They're doing all this, and then they're going to put a wig on him. I don't know.
Would they put another star in his place?
I don't think you can, because if you read the comics, and that's the problem with things that go Hollywood. If you read the comics, Carl is kind of now one of the de facto leaders. He's not the leader, but he's one of, because Rick's kind of all jacked up, legs messed up, he lost an arm, he's just all messed up in the comic book. So Carl's doing a lot of the wet work now. He's kind of like going to be the man. You can kind of see that happening in the future. Well, he's dead in the show. So it's kind of like, or he, where do you go once you kill off, like, the future?
I don't know.
And I know they want to depart. I don't like I'm not going to say I don't like him. I don't know the guy. I don't like the writing choices of the team now. And I know they want to stray away from the comic book material, but I'm of the mindset that you have to go with what got you there.
Right.
And if you're not going to go with what got you there, it's just kind of, I don't know. So we're going to see how that goes too. And I will stay tuned as I kind of go back and rewatch some of these episodes while we're kind of in a break right now. But I don't know, man. I see The Walking Dead ending soon, and I see it not reaching its full potential, unfortunately, because of poor writing choices and people trying to recreate the wheel. What do you think?
See, I'm not the biggest fan of Walking Dead as you, because I don't really watch it that often. Honestly, I think it's on its way out.
How many seasons now? 8, 7, something like that.
Something like that. I think
lost track.
I think they're just running out of ideas. And what's the other show?
Fear the Walking Dead.
Fear the Walking Dead. What about that? But don't like it.
Fear the Walking Dead could have been so much better. So check this out. It's basically like a de facto Walking Dead little brother.
Right.
When it shouldn't have been. It could have been this great show that dealt with all these things over the year or however long it took building up to the first part of The Walking Dead.
Right.
It didn't do that. And it should have been kind of an anthology where it looked at different parts of the world and how they dealt with it. They did go from the Southeast to California. That wasn't far enough. Take me to Canada. Take me to Japan.
Europe,
take me to places, and maybe it's only happening in the United States, and maybe we don't know. That's the kind of stuff that I think that Fear the Walking Dead really could have been, and how people like were trippy, and how so many people, when I say that, like how law enforcement went rogue and started just doing their own thing and everywhere else.
Right.
That's the stuff I want to see leading up to the outbreak when zombies just took over, and it was what it was. We didn't get that. We got a few episodes, and then it went right into the Walking Dead stuff, and it's like it is not as good. The characters aren't as strong.
No.
And so it's like we've all been there, done that. So why do that again? Now, as far as I know, it's getting renewed for another season. But we're just going to have to wait and see. I personally don't think that it's anything, amazing. But prove me wrong, make it amazing. I did like some of the stories right off the first season. I was into it. Then they started getting crazy, and I didn't watch it at all this season. And I'm starting to cut down on a lot of shows. We both watch Stranger Things,
yes,
which I think Stranger Things is a very strong show. My only issue is it takes too long to come back on.
Oh, yes.
It's like freaking, who knows when season 3 is going to drop.
Reminds me of Game of Thrones.
Right. Well, and the problem with that is there's always this fear. There's this gamble where you can go too long without a show, or you can go too short and keep giving it to us when we don't appreciate it.
Right.
They're on the cusp of being too long till we get away from it and want to find something else to watch.
Exactly.
The second season, I've only watched the first episode. Me and my wife are kind of watching together. And I'm going to watch another episode maybe tomorrow night. We're watching an episode a week as we can because we're doing stuff and busy. But I like Stranger Things. I like 80s style shows. I like Super 8. I don't know if you ever saw that movie before. It's really good. You should check it out. But I think it's going to be around for a while if they can keep it going and keep building that world. It's that slow burn that we need to kind of establish what this upside down world really is, these monsters and all of that kind of stuff. And speaking of Stranger Things, what's the main character's name? The guy character, is it Will or what's his name?
What's his name?
It's not Mike.
No, it's not Mike.
Or is it? Hold on, let me see. One of them.
You should have the pop.
One of them upside down characters is up top.
Right there.
That's Will. So I guess it is Mike. No, Mike's the black dude.
Mike's the black dude.
I can't remember what his name is. Is it Mike? No, I don't know. Hold on, guys.
Just because you put me on the spot, I can't remember.
Let me pull it.
I'm over here thinking about it.
Pull this pop down because that's what I'm gonna segue into. His name is Mike.
It is Mike.
It is Mike. Mike's the black dude on it. That's why we're tripping.
Right. Because we just watched it.
Speaking of, and going back, I know I've got back down off the couch right now. That guy did a good job in freaking It.
Yes.
We just watched It on Blu-ray, and wow, what an amazing movie. It's not super scary. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know it's a horror movie, but it has a few jump scares in it.
Thriller.
But it really wasn't all that scary. As a kid, you'll probably be terrified. But as an adult, the It series was really good. Now, I really did dig the original It series, and I love the original character and how it was portrayed. A lot of people didn't like Pennywise that way. I liked him. They said he was a little bit more of a creepy child molester kind, and this one was more of a killer.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I agree with that. It was just
this Pennywise.
I kind of wish they had. I don't know. I kind of wish I would have saw him more in the movie. I don't know. It was just. I guess it was just me.
That's a good point.
He was there, but he wasn't there. I don't know. I just wanted to see him more.
Whereas in the old series, he was there. It seemed like a lot more, even though he maybe wasn't.
Maybe wasn't. It just. I don't know. It just seemed like he wasn't there as often until towards the end.
Yeah.
I guess you got to build the characters for the new generation.
That's right.
So,
that's right. But man, and he was good.
He was good.
He was drooling a lot, and it was, like I said, it was a good movie. But I really liked how they set the table and laid the foundation with this It movie.
Right.
I think they did a good job. I think that part 2 is going to be amazing. I liked everything about the movie. I liked the feel and flow. One of my favorite characters, believe it or not, was the old crazy guy who with the knife.
Really?
Yeah, he was just creepy to me. He was scarier than It.
Yeah,
he was like
was.
Going straight off. He's like doing all kinds of stuff. So I think that he was Bowers. I think what his first name is. But he was like one of the scarier characters to me. And I loved how in the remake, as opposed to the original miniseries, they really put an emphasis on the adults kind of being snowed when it came to Pennywise. If you notice, they didn't know what was going on. Blood everywhere, water and stuff. They couldn't see it. Right. And that lets you know how strong the entity that it is.
Right.
Is. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with the next version of it. I think they played it well. It's made a ton of money. Holy smokes. It is blowing up. Like, I want to say the #1 grossing horror film of all time at this point. I could be wrong. If not, it's like #2. It made like millions and millions and millions of dollars. I'm excited to see what happens with those characters and how they do the character development. I'm interested to see who they're going to cast to play those adults. Yes, there may be some casting news out, but I hadn't followed it. And I know there's going to be some ebb and flow where they go back and forth a little bit.
Right.
But I think there's some opportunities there to really nail it and get the right people in to really make it what I think it could be. We'll just have to wait and see.
Part 2 might be better than Part 1.
Part 2 might be better than Part 1. We're just going to have to wait and see. I think, when you start looking at and factor in what Pennywise means to pop culture, I mean, obviously, I'm wearing a Pennywise shirt right now because I'm a huge fan. But, a lot of people look at Freddy. They look at Jason.
Right.
They look at Michael.
I didn't even know who it was until you showed
me. They don't know who it is. Pennywise is, the dancing clown. They don't know what any of this stuff, any of these horror figures are. They know some sci-fi stuff, but it's really, again, until it gets top of mind, we just talked about it with The Walking Dead, until it becomes Hollywood, people don't know who it is. Now you got people explaining to me who it is, who Pennywise is, and what he is, the Ritual of Chud, what all that stuff is. And if you hadn't read the book, read the It book. The novel is amazing. It's about this thick. I mean, it's like an old JCPenney's catalog, but I tell you, it is a good read, and it really goes deep, and it's really disturbing. I want to read it to my daughter. I shouldn't, but we're going to read it because I think she'll appreciate it. So yeah, that's movies. Anything else you want to add? Anything you're excited for that's coming out film-wise or other?
I wish better games would come out right now. Right now,
it's pretty crap. Well, it's that most horrible time of the year. Nothing's coming out. Holiday season just passed. This year's holiday season kind of stunk too.
Yes, there's
Nintendo Switch is winning. It's killing everything.
Amazing.
Crushing.
Can't believe it.
I wish somebody from PlayStation watch this. If you're listening, all systems need to have the capability of the Nintendo Switch. I don't know all the logistics. I'm not an engineer, but I know that it should be possible. The Switch is freaking amazing. Not only is it a television console, it's a handheld console, so it duplicates a lot of services. It's a party console. You can get other docks. You can really expand it. I think that it's just brilliant, and it's a great play to add on to what the what's the other one called? The Wii and the Wii U,
Wii U,
which didn't have any really amazing titles, but the first party stuff from Nintendo was just so good. The Switch is awesome. Everything I've played, I've enjoyed. I played that old school Street Fighter on it the most because they were able to give you, I think it's Super Street Fighter. Play that. It's just an amazing console.
Well, I wonder what happened to the PlayStation
Vita.
Yeah, the Vita. What happened to it?
Wouldn't support it. And that's my point. People support handheld from Nintendo. They don't support them from anybody else. Not for real, for real. Mm-hmm. That's why Xbox isn't going down that rabbit hole, and PlayStation shouldn't either. What needs to happen is they need to come up with some sort of system where it is a dockable portable, just like the Switch.
Right.
If they had that, if I could lay in my bed and play Call,
that's amazing.
Or lay in my bed and play any multiplayer game that I play with my friends on PlayStation. And I know you could kind of do that with Puppet Master and some of the other things with the Vita. It wasn't the same.
Yeah,
I want to play on the actual system.
Yeah.
And that's the big difference. You're playing on the actual system when you're playing with the Switch.
Yep.
And everything else is just a supplemental. Whereas it's the opposite with what PlayStation's tried to do. So I really want that, and I think there's some opportunities there to really just go crazy and do some amazing things. Because there's so many games that, especially traveling gamers or people like myself, would love, and I would pay for internet service and other things just for that. if they gave me that opportunity. So just got to wait and see. But yeah, the games right now, I don't know what's coming out. That's amazing. That zombie game I wanted.
Yes.
What was it called?
Is it called Days After?
Days In, Days Gone.
I think it's called Days Gone.
Days Gone.
I think it's called Days Gone.
It's coming out at some point. Who
Final
knows
Fantasy's
when?
coming out at some point.
Final Fantasy's coming out at some point. Destiny 2's been a bit of a bust to this point.
On that.
And there's so many other games. There's a lot of people are on Fortnite and some of these other games right now. What do you think about these open world games?
I love them.
And I hate them. I like clear objective based games. That's why Elder Scrolls didn't really do it for me. A lot of people like that kind of gaming, but
it's you can play it longer than you can play a campaign. Because
right.
you can kind of make up your own
Grand
type
Theft
of game,
2,
like Grand Theft Auto.
And see that to me, I'm like, I don't need that many options. I'm like, there's too many things going on. I need to like have an objective, and that's why I like fighters. That's why I like shooters or FPS shooters, because it's pretty straightforward with what the objectives are, and I dig that. You know, I want to go in, kill some folks. I want to go in and beat somebody's butt, and then be done with it and go on about my business. I don't have the energy like I did maybe when I was younger to invest that kind of energy and time. I will say that I do want an awesome racer. What happened to the MotorStorm trilogy?
Died.
Or I guess it was a trilogy.
It was.
The first two games were freaking sick. Forza's too real for me.
Yeah.
I just want it to be unbelievably crazy.
They tried that with what's that game called? I think it was Crash. It's a game we used to play all the time with the I can't remember. Had that song, old school rock song. Used to play it all the time. Can't remember.
Guitar Hero.
Something like Guitar Hero. I can't remember.
Was it a racing game?
It was a racing game. I can't remember.
I have no idea.
Slips my mind. They tried to do an arcade game.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
They've tried. It just didn't. People didn't want to play it.
I guess. I think therein is the other thing too. Things that your friends are into, you will eventually get into.
I think also it is because of the price of games. Because I don't want to try a game that I don't know if it's going to be good if it's $60.
I agree with that. Let me know what you guys think. I think we're at a point where there should be a rental period even before the game comes out. Like stall the release a few weeks, but they're scared to do it because they want to make that $60 and run.
Yes.
Call of Duty is a perfect example. If I'd had the chance to play a couple of those a couple weeks before I bought it for $10 or $15 or even $20, I never would have bought them. I would have saved that other $40 and ran the other direction. That's a problem. That's one problem, is that there needs to be a better testing period. The other issue, I feel, is with digital. Everybody's pushing digital, but yet digital costs the same as
a regular game.
As physical.
Yep.
There's a problem with digital costing the same as physical. You're not paying any trucks to truck that stuff off. You're not paying any machines to manufacture anything. You're paying for rental intellectual property because you don't own that.
Right.
You are using it for whatever, for an unspecified amount of time. They can pull the plug at any point. So you know we're not going to support this platform anymore or whatever, and you're just SOL.
Right.
That being said, why am I paying $59 both ways?
Shouldn't. And
nobody's complaining about that. And until they drop digital down to say $25, $30, $40.
It should be.
Which I think it should be about $35.99 for digital.
Cheaper.
If you're going to do that, or even, you know what, I'll even say $45. At $45, that's a reasonable enough amount of savings that will make me jump to digital.
Right. I
can't trade my digital in at GameStop for anything. I can trade that physical in. I can sell that physical to a friend, even if they got to pay $10 to play online. That's more worth it. That's more of a worth it option for them, I think. So those are the kind of things that you have to kind of consider when you're talking about the pros and cons of which way you're going to go. I've long said also along those same lines, you're going to play games where your friends are, you know. And while we're on that topic, let's talk about PlayStation versus Xbox. We're getting ready to get to controllers here in a second. And I want to talk about a few things. But I want to address PlayStation versus Xbox, particularly the online subscription service. My PlayStation network is garbage a lot of times compared to my Xbox stuff that I've had in the past. I don't have an Xbox anymore. I sold my Xbox One. Haven't looked back because all of my friends pretty much are on PlayStation. But I will say that my online gaming experience was much better on Xbox for about the same money.
Yep. I would agree with that.
That's right. Wait for the price to drop aftermarket or anything like that. Yoda just chimed in.
Yep.
And so there's some options there that I don't think we have as consumers right now, and that bothers me. We really don't have any options. It's pretty much whatever they give us, and that goes. The same thing with Call of Duty right now. While I'm on that subject of service, man, I ain't gonna cuss because I want my video to get flagged. Gee whiz, we both are playing World War II right now.
Yes.
Every other game, my man was black. Now he's white. I had a woman. Now I got a white man again. And when I say that, I say I got the blank character.
Yes.
Just the default character. And it's like, what's going on?
Getting kicked from the game.
Get kicked from the game. Can't talk all of a sudden.
Yep.
Come on. How much money does Call of Duty make every year? Billions?
Billions. Gotta be.
At least $1 billion. Millions, we know.
Haven't fixed it.
Supply drops. I see cats shooting with no guns.
No.
People driving around on their butts in the headquarters. Headquarters as a whole being garbage. This game has got to have one of the most convoluted, crazy setups that I've seen in terms of how to even join a game, join friends, join the lobby. It's just crazy how it works. Kicks you in like a blink of an eye.
Yep. I don't get it. It's been that for years.
And I don't understand it. And it's like the perfect competitor's already sitting out there in Titanfall. I'm going to tell you how Titanfall beats Call of Duty real easy. It's one thing they miss. Well, two things. One is they need to expand the peer versus peer to at least 8v8.
Yes.
And kill streaks. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. They need kill streaks that can take down robots and that can take down other folks on the field.
Yep.
If Titanfall had kill streaks, or any game for that matter, because that's what you're playing. That's what we play Call of Duty for.
Right.
Is the gamble of getting those kill streaks.
Yep.
You can get kills in Battlefield and any other game. It's those kill streaks. You want those streaks.
It's nice having something.
But you want good streaks. And the streaks right now are like, oh my God. I've not been playing Friday the 13th lately. I need to play it. I need to get some folks to play with. Last time I played it, I almost peed my pants because I was hiding. Jason came in and wrecked me. I ain't picked it up since. And I'm a man, but I'm going to tell you, that game is a little spooky, but I love it. That's another great indie kind of game that didn't cost a lot, Friday the 13th.
Nope, didn't cost a lot.
I need to pick that up and do some live streaming with that because I think that's an awesome party game. But holy smokes, I just think I'm a big Jason fan. Yeah. Well, there's maybe some bigger Jason fans out there. I don't know any.
I don't know any neither.
Man, that game's right up my alley. Campers. Murder, mayhem, different Jasons. Awesome. So I think I'm going to do some live streaming on that soon. So we'll get back to that in the later cast when I talk about that. Support-wise, too, going back to this Call of Duty game, I want to give them my honest opinion about it. Because that's all I'm playing right now. There's an update every day.
Oh, shoot, every day.
Every day.
Every day.
And it's like, what?
What did he fix?
What are y'all fixing or what are y'all tearing up? Hit detection is like, there's this movie, I forget what it was called, but they could shoot and the bullet go around the corner. I can't remember what it was called, but that's what's going on in this game. You shooting at this guy, but I'm dying. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't know, man. I'm about ready to wave the white flag on that. So my thoughts is that Call of Duty needs to go to a minimum of a 2-year cycle.
Yes.
Minimum.
Yes. They
need to go to a single studio, which is Treyarch, because they're the only one that's doing any justice. The rest of the studios are whack right now. And they need to come up with another IP that is Call of Duty based, but that is strictly for professionals. Now, hear me out. They keep doing all this MLG stuff in the normal Call of Duty games, and the casuals don't want it.
Yes.
And when I say casuals don't want it, when we play games, a lot of people, that's what I tell people. If I want to sweat fest, if I want to be serious, Fort Bend is like 20 miles away. I'm going to go enlist.
Right.
I want to come home and unwind with some friends, kill some noobs, get challenged occasionally, but just hang out and have a good time. And it seems like all games are going to this competitive matchmaking system. And I don't like that. Because, in my opinion, unless we're going to pass some sort of legislation or regulations that says everybody's internet has to be the same, what's the point? Because Josh will tell you, we play people out all the time on 1 bars, 2 bars, no bars. And they're skating across the map, killing us, laughing, smiling, teabagging. It's just great fun for them. And it's because their skill level matches up first, and then from that skill level match, we get hit with the rest of the qualifications, connection somewhere in there, but it's not priority. And that should always be priority within the game. And that kind of makes me sad, guys. When I first started playing online gaming, and I was late to the party, I bought a PlayStation 3. I remember from the pawn shop, me and my wife were like, hey, look what I got. She's like, oh, that's cool. And so we got it, and I hooked it up, and I remember, and I was in my early 20s. Yeah, early 20s. I didn't have a kid at the time. I hooked it up, and I remember like the very first time. It's like surreal. It's kind of like when people say you do drugs for the first time. It was like this euphoric high. I put the headphones on. I'm like, and then I remember going in the first chat room, and somebody cussed me out like the very first time. And I was like, instead of getting upset, I was like, this is amazing.
Right.
And I was playing with people in England and all over the place. This was the first game I went online with was MotorStorm. And it was just amazing. And you just learn to tune people out and talk to the people you want to talk to. At that time, if you were on PlayStation, I don't know if you knew this or not, there was no party chat. Xbox had it. Then they switched out. Xbox didn't have it on the damn on the new one at first.
Added on.
Yeah,
why?
It's I don't understand. Let me throw another hook. Another one in there, another curve in there. Xbox has a built-in Blu-ray when Blu-ray is proprietary software of Sony, and it's not a Blu-ray player in the damn PlayStation.
That doesn't make any sense.
Just saying. Just saying.
Fail.
It's the kind of stuff you look at and you just say, why? Why, Jesus, why? On that topic, we're going to keep going, and we're going to talk about controllers. And I got a few here that I want to talk about. To wire or not to wire? I'll put myself in the mouth. That is the question. I want to talk about this particular controller for a second because I've had it for a while. This is my go-to. Got a couple of those Control Freaks on there. Control Freaks, if you're watching, send me a code, please. Got a couple Control Freaks on there. This is one of the heavily modded controllers. I've changed the face buttons out. I've added trigger stops in here. I've got a couple of other little jump scuff style setups in here. And there's a new board inside of this body. I just like this body. I've had it for a while, so this is what I'm using. This is my jump. This is my knife. I run tactical flipped. So aim, shoot, jump knife, move around, drop shot, move around, drop shot. Everything works. I can keep my hands without having to play claw. This works really good for me, and I really like this controller. I can play wired or wireless with this controller because I've modded the insides with a newer controller. Then I've got this controller, which I haven't played with for a while. I actually went back to the PlayStation 4 controller. Didn't improve my KD much, but I went back. This controller is amazing for the price. It's got the Xbox setup. It's about $40, I believe I paid for it, maybe $35. But I've added a button on the back, and this button is just to jump with, but I got all the other features. There is a targeting button back here, which I don't use for the current Call of Duty. Got nice big tactile buttons up here for shooting and aiming. Face buttons are good, not as good as these. These face buttons feel better. And honestly, that's why I went back. Touchpad's about the same. These are about the same. The analogs, everything else is all relative. And this is a good controller. I'm not getting any input lag per se, but I do want to talk about controls and custom controls and should you get them. Are they relevant in gaming today? I don't know. Hey, buddy, do you have a Switch or do you recommend one? When you say a Switch, a Nintendo Switch?
I think that's what he means.
Yes, I have a Nintendo Switch and I love it. It's in the other room, as a matter of fact. My wife takes it a lot, so I don't get a lot of time with it. She just kind of hoards it. My kid plays it sometime, but I think it's amazing, and I think every gamer should have the Switch. Go get the Switch. My kid just came out to the rescue. She's going to get it. What's short on camera? Because if you don't see it, it doesn't exist.
Nope. It doesn't exist.
So, here is... Did you turn it on?
Yep.
So, here's the Switch right here, and I like this thing because of how modular it is. I mean, you can play it without... This, I can see you can take these off and put this on a dock and play off dock. You can play on this how I normally play. Touchscreen is very responsive. I just really like this quite a bit. And right now we've got Sonic, that Super Street Fighter Ultra, Mario Kart, and Just Dance. Just show you kind of what we got on there right now. And I love this thing. I bought a lot of accessories. And I'll tell you guys real quick, I didn't share a lot of stuff that I bought. I bought a lot of stuff, but I hadn't been sharing a lot of stuff because I went through a depressed stage for a while. Channel wasn't really growing. I wasn't really putting out content, and I just didn't care anymore. And, I was still talking to my friends. I wasn't like sitting out on the bridge about to jump or anything. I just wasn't interested in making content for you all. And shame on me because I wasn't getting the kind of feedback that I wanted. Then live came along, and that was a big deal because I can just go live and tell you what's on my mind right then, and do a video every now and then. But most of my content moving forward for the channel is going to be live. I'm going to be going live often and just kind of sharing my life as it happens with you guys. I think that just makes more sense for me, and especially with my busy schedule. I enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy it because you really get to kind of see things as they happen. And so it's cool for me, and I dig it. I hope you dig it. On that note, back to controllers and back to me sharing my opinions live. I've been running into a lot of keyboard and mouse players lately.
Oh, yes.
And there is a couple of modded options to do a keyboard and mouse play that do actually exist online. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but there are some ways to play with keyboard and mouse and get a competitive advantage. And if you've never played with keyboard and mouse, you're missing out because you can turn your sensitivity up crazy high, and not only can you turn your sensitivity up crazy high, you can do some really amazing things as far as aiming. You can really go for it and really get it going. And so that's just really interesting in terms of what you can do in like a Call of Duty game, because you're like on that G Fuel Adderall, like all over the place. You can't compete, and we go against those folks quite a bit. And you can tell when you're going against a keyboard and mouse guy.
Oh yes,
because really he's like laying the whole team down in 3 shots. And the question I want to pose about that is it fair? What do you think? Is it fair on console to be able to play with a keyboard and mouse? Honestly, your honest opinion.
Honestly,
no diplomatic.
No, it's not fair at all.
Should you be allowed?
No, I think you should get banned, like they do any other game. If
That's
you cheat,
hard. That's hardcore.
At least ban
so you
for
said
a month.
Cheating?
It's still cheating.
Cheating.
Glitch the game.
He used the word cheat.
It is.
I don't necessarily think that it's cheating. I think it does give you an unfair advantage, but I don't necessarily think it's cheating because it still takes a certain amount of skill. Just like Barry Bonds, they tried to say he had the steroids. He still had to have the hand-eye coordination to hit the ball. Here's what I will say. I will say, and I do think that you need to have some lobbies set up, and there needs to be some sort of way to detect. And if you're playing keyboard and mouse, you can't get in with everybody else. Yeah. Because some people also have some issues, dexterity-wise, where they can't do what you and I can do. Maybe if your hand's jacked up in some sort of way, were an accident. I don't know what the situation is, but you can use this part of your palm and you can pressure with just your thumb.
Right.
So, and I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't want to prevent anybody from trying to have fun and trying to be normal.
Right.
But it does feel like cheating. especially when you get killed over and over and over and over and over again by a keyboard and mouse player. Now, some of you will say I'm a hypocrite because I play with something like this and even something like this. Do these give me an unfair advantage in FPS? Will they give you an unfair advantage in FPS? Yes and no. Modded controllers are one of those things, again, where you still have to have a certain level of skill. There's other variables too, though, Josh. There is the variable number one of what's happening with the connection. There's lag. There's all sorts of things that are going on. Reaction time. You can have the baddest car, the baddest controller in the world. If you can't pull the trigger fast enough, that's it. I don't like to play claw, but claw is when you are pushing all your face buttons at the same time and still aiming and stuff. I don't like to do that because I got old man hands and I'd have arthritis, hand be jacked up. So this works best for me and the way I like to play. Do I feel it honestly gives me an unfair advantage? Yes. How unfair? Not much. Keyboard and mouse, and if you're talking scale of 1 to 10, modded controller probably gives you about a 2 out of 10, whereas a keyboard and mouse is like a 15 out of 10. And that's what I'm getting at. Because those folks will argue and say, well, keyboard and mouse folks ain't much different than folks that play with a SCUF controller or play with a modded controller. Worlds apart, folks. In a boots on the ground COD. All right, hey, appreciate it. See ya. It's just one of those things where you talk about same thing with, what was I going to say? Talking about controls and unfair advantage. Boots on the ground as opposed to these jumping cards. With these jumping cards that were out a few years ago, Call of Duty's that is, absolutely a modded controller gave you a huge advantage because you could get air control, jump in the air, boost, spin, keep your aim, and do it. You can't do all that on the boots on the ground.
Nope.
You know, you can do like a scuff jump, I think is what they call it, like a hop or a dolphin dive, but nothing that's going to give you a super unfair advantage. I'm sitting at about a 2 KD on World War II in Call of Duty right now, which is okay. You know, I generally go 20, I say realistically, and you play with me a lot, 28 and maybe about 10. I generally try not to die more than about 10 times a match, which may be a lot for some of you.
If that.
You do about the same. Yeah, you actually, your score per minute is higher than mine. You're not even using a modded controller.
No.
And that's what I'm saying. In a boots on the ground Call of Duty, I don't think, or really game, I don't think you necessarily need to have a modded controller. The advantage just isn't there like it is for a space jumper.
Yeah, so like if you was playing Halo.
Yeah, Halo or something. Oh, absolutely.
In the air.
Absolutely. So that's the kind of stuff that people ask me a lot in my controller videos. And they ask me about modding controls and stuff. I just don't think it's necessary for the current Call of Duty. And my guess is the next Call of Duty is going to be very similar to this one in terms of being boots on the ground.
I hope so.
I just can't imagine they're going to go back in the air at least for a couple years. So save that money that you were going to spend on that $300 SCUF controller and spend it somewhere else.
Yeah.
I fully expect another PlayStation to be announced soon. My guess is maybe E3.
I would say so.
But this year, I expect it to be rumors of a new PlayStation. Let me know what you guys think. That's going to change things. That's always an exciting time for me. There's going to be opportunities to mod new controllers. I've modded PlayStation 3. I've modded PlayStation 4. And the reason I don't really mod anymore is because it's a lot of R&D time that goes into it. And I'm not looking to sell them anymore. So I give them to my friends. And I've got, I don't know how many controllers I got under that bottom. I'm going to look. I've got probably 20 controllers of my own. Just because I'm a collector. I want to build me like a wall art where it has all these controls on it one day, because I just think it's cool that generation to generation, I've got PlayStation 2 controllers, PlayStation 1 controllers, Sega controllers, Nintendo. I just love Xbox controllers, different types. I got Xbox controllers. I've got Xbox One. I've got a lot of different controller styles, and they're all good in their own way. I got fight pads.
Oh yeah, I forgot you got that
arcade
pad.
sticks. You name it. My favorite controller style right now is Xbox One.
Really?
By far. Playing with this Hori pad really makes you appreciate how smart it is to have offset D-pads. Holy smokes, it's a big difference. And it's a lot less stressful on your thumbs. A lot of you may not agree with that, but I'm going to keep it real. Now, I'm playing with horizontal D-pads, and they work just fine. But it did take a little bit of reacclimation to get used to it going into a game. It was like riding a bike, honestly, but it wasn't. It still doesn't feel as comfortable to me. I also think that the PlayStation 4 controller, I used to love it. I think it needs a redesign. Yeah. That big pad in the middle does.
What do you use it for? Yeah, what do you use it for?
I checked the score in the game with it.
That's it?
That's it. And it's just useless. The little speaker's useless too.
I don't even hear the speaker.
You hear it every now and then if it's certain games. I think maybe Titanfall and maybe
Batman. I know you do.
Destiny 1. You can hear certain stuff in that speaker. It sucks. I'm like, come on, PlayStation, we got to get it together. And why are we still releasing region-specific controllers and consoles? Like, we didn't get any of the clear stuff over here. It all went overseas. So you have to get that imported if you want it. I do plan on building myself a clear custom controller. I will show it to you guys, but it's going to be a PS4 controller like this with clear LEDs that I hit a switch and they just start dancing around while I'm playing. Talk about an acid trip.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait to do that. So I'm going to do that soon. I'm going to probably put 156 LEDs in it.
Ooh, that's a lot.
So I'm just putting them everywhere.
You got enough battery.
Yeah, and I may put a battery in it that leaches off the other just to run the LEDs.
Oh, okay.
So hadn't decided how I'm going to do that yet. I got to find a clear casing. I've done something similar to that. Maybe with a PlayStation 4 controller. I think I did do a clear PlayStation 4 controller already.
You had so many.
But I can't remember. It might have been PlayStation 3. But I've done something like that. I want to do that again. I want to do frosted clear instead of just straight clear.
Yeah.
So you can see. Better. I think that'll look cool with a tinted black.
It'll look much better.
Final thoughts, guys. Do I think you need a modded controller right now? No.
Yeah, no.
How often? I get this question too as a final thought. Should you upgrade your controller? I think realistically, depending on how much you play.
Yeah, if you play a lot.
If you play a lot, and see, so for me, for instance, I generally play. Well, I've been playing a lot of this new Call of Duty, but I generally play, let's say, 10 hours a week. Sometimes, I go months without playing, but I may go 10 hours a week. If you're playing 10 hours a week, your controller, depending on how you keep it clean, will last you indefinitely. Let me know in the comment if you want me to do a controller care video, which is just show you how to keep your controller clean, because there are some things you can do to make it last longer. If you're playing more than 5 to 7 hours a night, I would recommend that at least annually you upgrade and get a new controller. You're just going to wear and tear it till there's no point, and it's just not a lot you can do. You can start, scavenging parts from other controllers to keep it going, but what's the point? It's $60. Go spend it. Get you another controller. Especially if you're going to be getting those expensive controllers, because some they get up there $300, $400. It just depends on what you want to do. So, yeah, people ask me that question all the time. How often should you get a new controller? I don't know. Depends on how much you play. If your controller's not working, should you take it apart and try to fix it? Depends on your mechanical know-how.
Yeah, if you can do it, yes.
If you think you can take it apart and not have any issues with that, go for it. Otherwise, I don't know. Somebody asked, any new hobbies or anything different you are collecting now besides controllers? Oh, yes.
If you only knew.
About a year and a half ago, I've always been into collectibles, and this is Pooh Panda. I've been into collectibles for a while, and I'm crazy. Once I get into something, I go nuts and just buy everything. But I've really gotten into a lot of collectibles. If you go back, look at my channel a couple videos ago, I talked about some of my collectibles. I'm going to go in depth and talk about just my 1/6 scale stuff, which is about 12 inch. I've got quarter scale stuff, which is about 20, 21 inches. I got 1/3 scale stuff, which is even bigger. Then I've got pops. I've got all kinds of stuff. I'm still collecting knives. What else am I collecting? Ooh. No, not really. That's probably it right now. I've kind of limited my collection because I want to stay married. So yeah, not collecting as much as I used to. But thank you for your question. Besides that, guys, this is going to be a weekly thing. We're going to get in. If you want me to talk about anything during a live stream, a live session, me and Josh, I'm going to try to get Josh back. We'll keep going, especially as he gets a little bit more comfortable with being the front man. Let me know if there's something you want to talk about that I didn't maybe talk about. We covered a lot of different things just in varying degrees. There's more stuff always to cover, and we're going to be changing some stuff out and tweaking some things along the way. I'm going to spend the rest of the night and drown myself in my miseries because both the Georgia Bulldogs and Atlanta Falcons lost this week. Yeah.
Sad.
That's how things have been happening here in the Southeast right now. So, I'm Chris. That's Josh.
Hold on. I'm going to let you finish, like with my Kanye West kind of thing. I got something for you right now.
All right.
Stay right there.
Oh, he says he's got something. I can't wait to see. I hope it's nothing horrible. Where'd he go? This is going to be crazy. Hey, have a good night, too.
You got to hold it. Got to close the eyes before I set it right here in front of you.
My eyes are closed.
All right, you can open.
Oh! Hey, on the way out, I got a Thor. This is crazy. I don't know what to look. Oh, did my wife know about this?
I don't know.
Oh, man. This is freaking awesome, guys. On the way out. Talking about what I collect. Oh, man. Hold on, we got to go into overtime. Because I want to let you guys see this, too. Josh knows I'm a collector. I don't have a Thor in my collection. I'm a huge Thor fan. Oh, man. This is freaking sweet, you guys. This is crazy. This is sick. Oh, man. This is nice, dude. Mignon. This is crazy. Folks. This is... Wow, this is too much. This is too much. Look at this. Let me pull them out. Full video coming because I got some other stuff coming this week that y'all ain't gonna want to miss. Holy smokes. This guy's stupid. Oh, man. And I don't have a Thor. And this looks like freaking Thor. Which movie is this from?
He looks just like him.
The Dark World, yeah. Unwrap his ninja mask. Breathe, my son, breathe. Look at this. It's freaking sick. Oh, looks just like him, you guys. Hopefully we're hidden and you can see that. That is crazy. Man, maybe I was too close. Let me back up because I got a wide angle lens on right now. I forgot. I keep forgetting. Make sure I'm hidden. God, it's Kate. This is sick. Thor is one of my favorite characters, and I think he's an underrated Marvel character. Let's in our next video, let's come up with our top characters, top 5. We'll go back and forth and debate and see who's in there. I'm not going to give you all of my top 5.
Okay.
You probably know my top 5. That's kind of like, you know 3 of my top 5 right off the bat. This is freaking sick. Thor is so underrated, and I watch a ton of Thor-related content. I've read Thor comics since I was a kid. His hand popped off because he's like packaged to HD double hockey sticks. Look at the darn detail, man, on that chain. Sick. All right, stay put, Thor. There you go, buddy. This is crazy. Wow, what a way to end it. I'm like adrenaline going right now because this is awesome. And he's replacing Iron Man in the case, who's about to be going bye-bye. My Iron Man is leaving for the night, or for forever, because I'm going to be ordering a new Iron Man from... Oh, it's like...
Oh, it's this whole thing. That's pretty sick.
Dude, this is crazy. Oh, this is cool. This is awesome. Holy smokes. Thank you so much. This is like, wow.
Shit.
He's on my list of people to get. All right, you guys. There you have it. I'm going to keep unwrapping Thor. I'll show him to you in the next video. Look at this. Feel this.
Oh, whoa. Why is that so heavy?
It's crazy.
Wow.
You can like kill a mouse with this. This is nuts. Oh, this is so cool. I'm like, wow. Genuinely blushing. This is crazy.
Awesome.
All right, you guys. This is Thor, Chris, and Josh signing off. We will see you guys in the next one. Like I said, let us know if you have any comments. Because Josh knows now I'm going to be on the hunt for something for him. Because we always tit for tat on this kind of stuff. Let me know if there's something you want to see. I will probably be going live solo. I may have Josh running the camera this week because we've got a new statue coming in. We've also got at least 2 pops coming in that you definitely are going to want to see. And I'm going to show you some of these pops that I got up here that you might be able to see, but aren't necessarily, you're like, what's going on? What is that? I see some chases. I see some things up there. I've been busy. So I'm going to show you what we got. But that's all for tonight. So have a great night. We will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Later.